Hi, I'm Deb Sandford, and you're probably watching this video because you're trying to decide who to vote for in the APS National Board elections. I'm a candidate for the Clinical College Director, and I thought APS members might actually want to know a bit about me before they decide. So here we go. I'll try not to make it too boring. I live in Adelaide, South Australia, in the leafy Adelaide Hills. I'm married to a wonderful man, Paul, who is very supportive. And between us, we have 5 adult daughters. He contributed 2, and I contributed the other 3. I feel very blessed to have such lovely humans in my life. The good part is they all live locally, so I get to see them, hang out with them, and enjoy their company fairly often. Last year, I became a grandmama to a dear little poppet called Lily. She's just starting to talk and walk and is an absolute true delight, even when she does rub chocolate all over my new white top. Now, I'm not going to tell you my age, but I will say that I am a child of the 60s, so you can probably have a pretty good guess. I love to travel and often combine conference travel with a short holiday. I've travelled extensively throughout Australia and to many parts of the world. I truly believe that travel broadens the mind. Before I trained as a psychologist, I did a variety of different things for work. My first job was as an apprentice hairdresser. And after my apprenticeship ended, I sold my beloved car to buy 2 salons. I loved being a salon owner and working with a team of hairdressers. Another thing I loved about being a hairdresser was that, as similar to psychology, people let us into their lives while they have their hair done. The stories I heard certainly broadened the mind of a young 20-year-old something. However, the greatest joy was being able to watch a person leave the salon feeling $1 million and confident. I think it was the first time I realised that I could make an impact on other people's lives in a positive way. I sold the salons for a good profit and went into fashion retail working for a national brand. It was here too that I found that I could have a profound impact on the way people felt about themselves. This was back in the day when the retail assistant would give service to you in the fitting room and help you build an outfit. However, whilst this was fun, I really wanted more adventure and challenge. And it was from here that I applied for and got into the Royal Australian Air Force, the RAF. I joined as a service police officer. I spent the first 2 years doing general police duties, and then I got selected to train as a detective. From that training, I did some counterintelligence training and a few other military type courses, which saw me spend the last few years in plain clothes, civvies as we called them in the RAF. Now, much of it was fun and exciting too, but there were also some downsides. And whilst it might seem that there are vast differences between hair, fashion and police work, at their core they have service to people as their underlying principle. I learnt a lot about human nature from those early careers, and indeed it was during my years in the RAF that my curiosity about mental health truly began to rise. After I had a break to have babies and be a mum, I applied to Uni SA to study psychology, and I was fortunate enough to study there from bachelor all the way through to masters. I've worked in a variety of psychological settings, SA Health and private, and benefited from each and every experience. I'm an experience junkie and perpetually curious. So a few years ago, I wanted to do some research and applied for a small grant. I was lucky enough to get that grant, and then I applied to do a PhD to the University of Adelaide. Thanks to COVID, I haven't quite finished it yet, but I am on the home straight and can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I guess if you've stayed watching this far, you really want to know why I nominated for the National Board and why I'm hoping that you will vote for me. In my first year of joining the APS, I joined the local SA branch as a co-opted member. After that, I joined the National Clinical College for 1 term before leaving to concentrate on my PhD. At the 2021 AGM of the SA branch, I was elected as chair, and I'm coming to the end of that term. When it was suggested to me that I should nominate for the director clinical role, I really thought about it for a while. I considered if I'd be good enough to fulfill this significant obligation. After consulting some trusted advisors and colleagues, I decided that I could actually make a contribution to the National Board and that my skill set with broad experience as an underpinning could indeed mean that I had something valuable to add to the National Board. To say that I am incredibly proud to be able to call myself a clinical psychologist is an understatement. I would value the opportunity to be able to represent clinical psychology on the National Board. Over the past 2 years, I've been involved in representing the APS at a state government level on several occasions, and am aware that psychology, and especially clinical psychology, is at a critical juncture as we navigate many challenges. I have an in-depth understanding of these issues at a local, national, and indeed international level, and I feel that I could help to represent a strong voice for clinical psychology on the National Board. Thanks for watching and listening to me. I'd be very honoured if you would vote for me. If you've any questions or would like to talk to me further about my nomination, please reach out. I'd love to hear from you. My email address is Debra, Debra, @debra.sandford.com.au. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.